What's your elevator speech? You know, at Big Cafe the other day, I work with a lot of clients on figuring out their elevator speech, and so when you do as much as you do and you have so much variety, how do you even tell people who you are quickly?
Tina asked me that. I guess she asked me that yesterday. Well, what was yesterday? Thursday. She asked me that Wednesday because I was telling her about what happened, and I was telling her, well, my thing, I have 3 words: it's motivate, educate, and establish, and that encompasses everything. So I have those 3 words: and motivate. I like to motivate. I like to inspire. Educate, which I'm in the education field,
Right.
and I like to tell people things. I like to be
A teacher.
Yeah, I like to teach. I like to dispense knowledge,
Right.
Even if it's useless knowledge. One of the books I was reading, it was like put together to help explain yourself to others. Have 5 words or less.
Right.
Put your whole life on the line in 5 words or less.
I've got 8 words.
8 words is good.
It's too many. That's not 5.
Nobody makes the rules. But if it's you and you could cut out a word. Just take out a preposition or something.
Okay.
What is it?
It used to be changing the world one woman at a time.
Okay.
But if I need to do 5 words, one woman at a time is 5 words. Because, so one woman at a time for me is I can do that through like a one-on-one coaching session or through a workshop or through a retreat or at a keynote. Like at any of those events, like I might be connecting with a woman who she hears a message or hears something that she's like, and then she's now changed, and so now the world has changed, because think of all the people that one person touches because of that change. And then also, typically, it changes me, because then if I'm learning constantly as well. So the one woman at a time is also me, right?
That's good.
Because it's hard when you're a multifaceted person. I joke. I say I'm a Jill of all trades, but master of none. Right? I do all kinds of stuff, but I don't have just one thing. And sometimes in the world, like my brother's a doctor, so it's like poof, he's a doctor. That's what he does. And my mom was a teacher, so that's what she did. And then when people talk to me or when I talk with you, it's like, well, we do a little of this and a little of that and a little of this and a little of that. So it's not as easy to say to the world, I am a fill in the blank.
You're Jill. You're not a doctor. You're Jill.
Right.
And I'm a Jeff. So I don't fit into one category.
Don't you think a lot of people feel that way? They don't fit into one category, so when they're trying to describe themselves or define themselves, they're kind of confused. And that's that whole elevator speech thing, like, right? When you aren't just a clear-cut thing, it's hard to kind of tell people who you are and what you do.
I guess that would build up anxiety trying to explain yourself to somebody if you don't even know what you are.
Right.
So, like I found 3 words that really encompasses everything that I do. So.
How'd you find those 3 words? Like, what was your process to get there?
I was talking to a friend, and I kind of already had them together. I want to do this, I want to do that, and I want to do this. And like reading books, and it was like put your things in. So my 5 words was like inspiring classrooms, and teachers, and families. Which there's an extra ands in there, but inspiring classrooms, teachers, and families. And that was good for when I was doing just that. But I have cameras and I'm into computers and into church and everything else. So that didn't really fit into that mold that I was trying to put it into. So the 3 words just came up. Let's dumb it down. Well, not dumb it down, but let's make it even simpler.
Yeah, simplify. Yeah, simplify.
Because the simpler that you have it, the more general it's going to be. So motivate, educate, and establish were something I was doing every day. And now, since I have those 3 words, everything I do, I can just point, okay, either I'm motivating somebody or educating someone or establishing things in their lives so they can go and change the world.
Nice.
So but it took me 42 years to do that.
Right. Right.
So I'm confident if anybody asks me, what do you do? Well, I'm a Jeff.
Yeah.
But what do? I motivate, educate, and establish people.
So you think that's true? Do you think you had to wait till you were 42 or however old you are to know that that's kind of who you are and what your purpose is? Or do you think you could have gotten there younger?
I could have gotten there a lot younger if I had focused on me. A lot of people focus on the outside and try to find the things that, like, there's a void, a big hole, and you're trying to fill it with stuff from the outside. Trying to find relationships. So you can tell me, please tell
me
who I am.
Save me, yeah.
Please tell me who I am. And you know, the other person's only going to tell them what they want you to be. So then people turn to drugs or drinking, or they'll
bad habits.
Go to or
they're good habits. Maybe they might become a runner and they run maniacally.
Yeah, but most of everything's on the inside of us already. It's already implanted, so it's there, and we're always looking outside for it. But when we turn to ourselves and really sit down with ourselves and say, hey, who are you? Please tell me. It's already laid out. Those things like our hobbies, the things that we like, our taste, they kind of describe who we are. And we just have to put it together and start living for ourselves. Not in a selfish way, but like I was saying with our talents and gifts, they're wrapped up in our purpose. Yes. Once we unlock those talents and gifts, I can start using it for this, and that purpose will kind of guide you to giving it, to distribute it to others, to add value to others. And then you'll see, hey, this big hole is
actually not empty, right?
Hey, it's little, and it gets smaller and smaller. And the more you do, and the more you function in your purpose, the more you see, hey, I'm living for a reason. I'm here on this earth for a reason.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if I think back on my timeline of my whole life, it's very obvious that I've always been drawn to certain things. And it's just that at times I'm like, I don't want to see that right now. Or I'm too distracted over here with this other thing to see that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But if I think back to when I was in my 30s and 20s and teens, and even back to when I was a little kid, it's like I've always been drawn to the same stuff. And I've almost been just denying it or ignoring it. And now that I'm like, oh, guess what? I like to work with people. I like to help women. I like to do these things. Oh, and by the way, I'm kind of good at it. So I like it and I'm good at it. So why not do more of it instead of chasing all this other stuff?
People that they can use themselves, which is mostly it's our friend.
Train friend.
The self-help.